Hey, yo, welcome to the show. That's all I got. That's all I got. I got welcome to the show. Tori does it better than me. I don't know. She does it way better than me.
Well, hello and welcome to the Xennials podcast. You're here with me and Chris. We have today is the 17th, January the 17th, and you wouldn't believe we got a whole 2 months worth because that's how much crap has been going on for 17 days within this new year. So, yeah, let's get right to it.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy as we discuss all 17 days of this year and the bullshit that done happened in the 17 days that we've been doing this.
Before we get there, the end of 2021, I think the last couple of weeks of 2021 actually kind of bitch slapped us in the face. Betty White died at age 99. What, about 3 weeks before her birthday? Is today her birthday? Is today Betty's birthday?
I want to say I think it is Betty's birthday. I'm not quite sure.
Or
I know we're coming up on it or we are on it, but I want to say I think it might possibly be today.
Well, she passed. I think we knew it was coming, but we were really trying to protect Betty as much as. Oh, today is her birthday. Oh, today is it's really cute. You should go Google Betty White right now. It's so cute what they got on Google. Today is her birthday, and she passed December 31st. Like, damn, didn't even make it to 2022. So close. Almost 100 years old. So
that is awesome for Google to have done that.
Yeah, that was cute.
That is nice. That is really nice.
Well, that actually kind of sucks, especially since there were so many. I think there was already tribute shows recorded for her birthday, and then I can't remember what magazine, but I want to say People. They had already put out a cover. Betty turns not 100. Yeah. She didn't. That's what the end of 2021 gave us. That and the I don't know how to say this lady's name correctly. Ghislaine Maxwell trial ended, and she's snitching, y'all. She's snitching. She out here snitching. If you don't know who this woman is, she is I guess we could say alleged, but second in command to Epstein. She was his girlfriend or whatever. Supposedly, like a madam, she would go get the young chicks, the young girls for the elite. That's what we say. And she out here snitching. She has decided to tell. She gonna tell who her John Doe's is. Men with money. Y'all can go on ahead and hop on that spaceship and get the hell up out of here, because they coming for that ass. I'm just saying, I ain't saying it's one of them guys who are trying to fly off the planet. I'm just saying that if you got the money, you better get you a good ass lawyer, because she's snitching. She's snitching on everybody.
Is she really snitching, or is it just coming out now that there were other people involved with this? Because I ain't heard her say nothing.
She has decided to release her list of John Does. I think she's just trying to get some time reduced. I believe you're just telling us shit we already knew. So I don't feel like whoever is on this list, I don't think it's gonna really matter, because I think we already know. There's this paperwork said that you can actually look up and see some of the victims suing, who they're suing in civil suits. And the list is thick. Men and women. You know what? That discussion will lead into a whole conspiracy theory. We'll save that for another show. End of 2021. What they did bring, it brought me No Way Home. I bet. For those of you who have not seen the Spider-Man movie No Way Home, but you've heard all the hype, it lives up to every bit of that hype. Every piece of that hype. Everybody who came back and was the villain, from Doc Ock to Electro to everybody. William Dafoe, played that motherfucking goblin. They did it. It was a very good movie. I don't want to say too much. It's really good. It's a beautiful setup for the multiverse of madness. I'm excited to see that one next. Marvel. Here's my debit card. Here it is, because I'm in it to win it. So, No Way Home was great. Loved it. Wouldn't mind seeing it again. Also, in other comic news, Black Adam and the Flash trailers dropped. And we all know Tor ain't a DC person, but damn it, I'm paying money to see them. I'm here, DC. I ain't never gave you my money before, but go ahead, charge it to the game, because I'm willing to pay to see first of all, The Rock as Black Adam. Now, I'm not really quite knowledgeable as far as who Black Adam is and the history. I'm getting that he's a villain, but he's an anti-villain, or maybe he's an anti-hero. I don't know. It's The Rock in a tight ass suit, and I'm here for. Oh, and what's the other one? Peacemaker or Peacekeeper? John Cena.
Peacemaker.
God damn it! 3 DC movies is about to steal all my money. God damn it! I'm here for that too, because I've seen John Cena, and I've seen the trailer, and there's a part where he's dancing in tidy whities. I'm going just for that. I'm going to pay just for that. That's it. That's the whole movie right there for me.
And to answer your inevitable question, Black Adam is what we would call a tweener. So he started out as a supervillain, and right now in the current iteration of the storyline for him, he is an anti-hero. So he's a tweener. Like, he can go either way.
Just depends on who pisses him off.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Not gonna lie, I'm here for it. I'm here for that. The Flash, I'm not so big on, just because the Flash is not the same guy from the TV show. However, Michael Keaton, take my money, DC. Take my money, DC. Here you go. Take my money. Michael Keaton. And he's reprising Batman. He's coming back and take my money. The fuck? You knew what the fuck you was doing this year. Goddamn 2022. Take my money. So, y'all know I don't do DC, but I am here for Black Adam, The Flash, and Peacemaker. All, yeah. Lord. Yeah. Next up, end of 2021 brought us Omicron and his skank ass twin sister Florona. Listen, I'm tired of all these hoes. If COVID don't sit her ass down, I just like.
I don't even know anymore. I can't tell you I got a good idea, a bad idea. You know,
just sit down. Just sit down.
I wish.
Omicron? Florona? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
I just wish it would all go away. I mean, but I understand why it's not. I understand why it won't. I just wish it would get under some type of control. Number one. Number two, kind of wish that we would have taken it seriously when it first started, etc., etc. Yeah.
All the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Yeah.
Yeah. All the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. We wouldn't be here today, but because of shoulda and couldas and wouldas, we here today. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah. That's all I got is yeah.
Yep. I listen. I'd be like, oh well, 2022. We've honestly been having it rough since about 2016, 2014. It's just now it's like it's unbelievable shit. It's Omicron. Percy. Those who don't know, but Omicron, is this what we're doing? And then they're IHU. I don't know if that's something, if it stands for something, but the variant in France. I'm like, man, if y'all don't keep that shit there, Don't bring that over here, man. Come on, like, God,
And
y'all.
you know, eventually it's gonna make its way over here.
Yeah,
Like,
I do.
you know,
I
it's gonna
know.
make its way over here.
Even if we close down borders and say we're not traveling and we can't do this, that, and the third, even if it went, it's gonna come. It's just a matter of time. Maybe they waiting on Omicron to chill down a little bit and then surprise, motherfucker. Here we go. I hate you. But with that being said, the CDC has began very lenient, a little more lenient with the restrictions. I'm
No,
not exactly
no, 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 no,
sure.
no, 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 no. Let me tell you what the CDC did.
Okay.
CDC said, "Fuck it." That's what the CDC said because it was tired of y'all coming at them, talking about we need our people back to work. We need the world to get back to normal. The CDC said, "Fuck it." So fuck it. Y'all want to go to work? Go to work. Y'all want to infect other people? Infect other people. We ain't gonna tell y'all shit else because you ain't gonna listen no way. That's my thoughts on what the CDC did.
You know, I actually think that sounds about right. I actually think the CDC was just like, all right, make it do what it do. Do you go off?
I really do.
I
I really think the CDC just got tired of people coming at them and telling them that they was wrong and this, that, and the other. And companies coming at them like, we can't afford to have people off for 10 days. We can't afford another shutdown. And
that right there is what gets me. Companies say we can't afford to have people off for 10 days. So I would rather you come into work and infect our customers, our clients, and other employees because I need to see you here on the clock.
But they are way more willing to let somebody die of this shit. Roll your ass up out of there. Roll somebody into that seat, into that chair, into that whatever, and keep it moving like there's just nothing wrong. I read a very interesting article, maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Well, no, a week ago. It was about United Airlines celebrating the fact that they had gotten their COVID numbers down. And that for the first time in weeks, months, years since COVID started, they weren't announcing a COVID death in over 3 weeks. Can you imagine that shit? Imagine a company literally celebrating the fact that people weren't dying of fucking COVID at their company. And we're happy about this shit because they can still fly and they can still have people board their flights and they can still make the money that they were making, but they were happy because people weren't fucking dying. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the world we live in.
Yep. And the fact that there was a celebration, it sounds really morbid to me, but it also sounds like they're trying to get you used to this being the normal. This is regular. It's like, not to compare the two because they're two completely different things. It's like when you come to a point and you look at the news and you're like, oh, they killed another one? Another black dude died? Oh, police, of course. And it's kind of like, it's not a surprise anymore. It's not shocking anymore. It's normal. Desensitizing. That's the word I was looking for.
Another school shooting, another church shooting, another rampage at a concert. All of those things. And the world wants us to, and especially America, the United States wants us to look at it, North America wants us to look at it as that's just normal because it's normal for someone to go and shoot up a school. It's normal for someone to go shoot up a concert. It's normal for a black man to be beaten to death by a cop. Like it's normal. This is what happens. This is normal.
Yep, and that's why I feel like it's becoming the norm. Like they're trying to make the virus is becoming the norm, and it don't sit well with me. It ain't never sat well with me, but at the same time, it's just me. So suck it up.
You're definitely not alone in this. To be honest, you are definitely not alone. But I mean, no one wants to change it. No no one of any real importance is willing to change it or willing to put themselves out on a limb to go change it, because there's so many people that are against change. Change is like a virus to them. They don't understand it. They don't want it. They want to make America great again, my man.
Whatever that was.
They want to make America great again. You know, like, when the fuck was America great? And it was only great for us. It was great for a certain group of people. It wasn't great for everybody.
Exactly. It wasn't great for everybody.
Hell,
it still ain't great.
Let's
for
go
everybody.
talk to the Native Americans real quick, and they'll tell you when America was great.
Before y'all motherfuckers got here. That's
Just
what they're telling you. That's what they'll tell you. We
just
had our
motherfucking saying.
Our shit was together before that motherfucking smallpox crossed.
I mean, just wow. Let's make it great. Make it great for who and what. And then there's the other end of the spectrum that's like, let's cancel everything that doesn't appeal to us. Let's cancel everything that offends us. I'm offended because you're offended, because I'm offended because you're offended because we're offended. My man, that ain't how life works. And then there's just us sitting in the middle, you know, sitting there like, all of y'all nuts.
Looking at y'all stupid.
All of y'all are nuts. Okay? Every last one of it.
Speaking of nuts, Georgia just shut down slavery plantation. Oh, shit.
It to be 2021, 2022, and this story came across my news feed. I promise you, I looked at this and I was like, what in the entire... This doesn't surprise me.
A slavery plantation. The thing about it,
under the guise of indentured servitude. I mean, isn't that how slavery kind of started?
Illegal indentured servitude. This woman, who is an immigrant herself, decided that she was going to smuggle some people from her home country of Mexico. Tell them that they had to work off their fees or whatever, I guess it's fees, and she paid them pennies at a time. There's been reports of rape, there's been reports of death, there's been reports of abuse. The thing about this is that 10, 12 years ago, 10, 12, maybe about 20 more, like 20 or 15 years ago, she was them.
Which makes this all the more interesting to me. Like, what?
She was in that exact spot, not necessarily being someone's servant, but she was in the spot of fresh here, new in the country, trying to learn, trying to do stuff. And she turns around and decided, I'm pretty much gonna open a plantation. Would they say it be your own people? It be your own people.
Your own.
And I just don't know. I hope that she's in jail getting her ass whooped. Her ass dragged. I hope she's being drugged so bad that this bitch don't have no scalp.
By everybody that's in there.
Cause
everybody.
It be your own people. That's some fucked up. What? I read that and I was like, what? There's been reports of rape. Okay, I'm done with that one. I'm just totally disgusted with that bitch. I don't know what to do.
So wrong on so many different levels.
All right, going back to Rona.
We could drag her ass for a whole episode.
Man.
But in more coronavirus news.
Right, back to Rona. The FDA authorizes an antiviral pill in place of the shot.
Now, the key word that you just said in that sentence that I hope everybody in the world understands is that this is not trial. This is not experimental. This is approved by the FDA. With the word approved, ladies and gentlemen, in capital letters. Because that's always been the biggest fight and the biggest debate in this whole thing is that the vaccine wasn't approved, and I could get into the conspiracy theories, but we had a whole episode about that. Approved. This is approved. It's not.
Here's the thing.
It's approved, which is weird because you don't want to take a shot, but you'll take a pill.
Not even gonna lie.
Just say you're afraid of shots.
Not even gonna lie. this actually made me consider it. No, I don't like shots at all. Listen, I was for 20 days in December of 2018, I was a pincushion daily. I don't do needles. I'm not really good with needles. I'm not good with shit entering my body, but I might consider this pill. What it tastes like, unless it's what it look like. Is it one of them big ass horse pills?
I know it's
if it's one of them big ass prenatal horse pills, I don't know. They might have to take that one too. I might have to skip that too. But
I've seen
this appeal actually made me consider it.
I've seen bits and pieces or pictures of it. It doesn't look any bigger than something like, say
a leaf. If it looks no bigger than a leaf,
it's a little bit bigger than a leaf, though. It's like, it's not big old horse pill, but it's not that entirely small either.
The pill. This is what they should have led with. Everybody come get shot. Fuck that. Everybody, I got these pills for you. Huh. They would have been on that shit. Come on, this is America.
Real
y'all
shit.
Should have did that. That's what y'all should have done.
Real shit. Like, they should have just straight said, we got the pills. Because would have been folks would have been on them pills left and right. But that's the thing that's like crazy to me, is like, okay, just say you don't. Just say you don't want the shot because you don't like taking a shot. Don't come out and be like,
because I don't like taking a shot, and I don't know about. Right. I don't like shit, and I don't like things in my body, and my brain, my body literally feels it in my bloodstream, and I don't like that. But you want to give me a pill? You know what? I wait. I wait. How many pills I gotta take after that though? That's my thing. Cause those will be coming up with these surprise booster pills and shit. Can I take one and be done? Two, maybe two and be done.
You definitely have to wind up taking a booster. Cause I mean,
boosters.
The shit just mutates so much right now that the mutation of it is just, it can't.
Okay.
If we'd have stopped it when we were supposed to stop it,
man,
we wouldn't have this issue.
When I think about stuff like that, I try hard not to think about stuff like that, because there's so many people I feel like we can point blame to.
Oh,
like, y'all motherfuckers should have stopped this.
Y'all
could have stopped this.
Of people. A whole plethora of people.
I would. There should have been a point where the powers that be, CDC, FDA, whoever got together and said, "Hey, yo, we gonna put a stop to this before anybody finds out, before it becomes a global panic."
Here's the problem: within this country, everything ends and begins in Washington. And if you couldn't get that past Washington, you weren't gonna get it past anybody else. You see it. You see these states acting fool. You see Texas and Florida just want to be their own country.
God, dog. You know, Texas been trying to succeed from the union for about 20 years.
I mean, but in this country, everything ends and begins in Washington. So the CDC, the FDA, all of them would have had to go to Congress and been like, "Yo, this shit's coming. We might want to do X, Y, and Z right now while this shit is coming." Hell, we had a pandemic playbook that was left to the past president that was sitting in the fucking office, that this mofo said, "Nah."
Okay, consider that. Here's the thing. Who left him the playbook? That is why.
Of course.
That is why. Who left him the playbook? I'm not doing that. This motherfucker talk about doing. I'm not doing this shit.
Exactly. And guess what?
I'm not doing this shit. I'm the president. I'm not doing this shit.
Here we are 18 months to 24, almost 24 months later, and this thing is out of control. Because
meanwhile,
by my count, that's the 5th or 6th variant that we're at right now. And from what I read about,
there's been some that they haven't even talked about, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they haven't
few variants that they haven't even talked about, because they was like, nah, this ain't even enough to, comment on. So
the last thing
they haven't even talked about
was reading about Unicron is actually more dangerous than Delta and the original virus itself. So you figure
is it?
Yes, because
I thought the symptoms weren't as tough.
It's not
as Delta.
It's not the symptoms. It's what's left over. It's
Ew.
the actual virus itself. It's so on and so forth. It's like it's so much damage that actually with this last variant that's being done internally that it's just like, when it's all said and done, the death toll may be higher than anybody thought anybody could even put into numbers, and it's just not even going to be what's in hospitals right now dying on an hourly or a minutely basis. It's literally going to be the people that are, outside of that, so it's all of this is crazy, but it could have been stopped.
But here's the thing, that's just gonna put me into a conspiracy theory box. And I'm one of those conspiracy theorists that goes and
girl, this ain't
population control. That's all I'm gonna say.
The
and then I'm gonna move on and leave that alone.
This the thing. This ain't a conspiracy.
If you could have stopped it,
this ain't a conspiracy theory. This is like real life. And yeah, population control has been talked about forever in 4 days, but this is real life. Like this ain't even population control. This is some shit that got out of control because people wouldn't fucking listen.
Or okay, I'll take
wouldn't
that.
Fucking listen.
I'll take that. You know what? Pride is a motherfucker, ain't it?
That's why it's one of the
ego is something else.
That's why it's one of the what is it? 7 sins? Yeah, that's why it's on that list.
Yeah,
that's why it's on that list because
ego is something else. Ego
millions of people are fucking dying because of pride.
Because
going to hospitals telling doctors and nurses, I ain't getting the vaccine, and then 2 days later your ass pop back up in the damn ER and shit, dying. You're dead in 24 hours. But there's something out there that can save you, but yet you would rather die than be saved. And that's the shit that, to me, in this whole time frame, makes no goddamn sense.
That is a personal decision.
Exactly.
So I'll leave that alone.
Exactly.
That is a personal decision. I leave that alone.
Exactly.
I just don't feel like. I feel like the virus conversation or the virus infiltration of everybody's life has by itself caused way more division than
the actual real subject at hand when it comes down to racial equality.
Man, what a way to take your mind off of other stuff, ain't it, right? What a way to take your mind off of something else. If you get the groups that are together and solid as one and you get them infighting, you can't move. You can't advance. You can't make no changes. If we're steady infighting with each other, ain't no way we could go out there and be good to fight others. Is all I'm saying.
And the thing is that we're fighting, whatever it is we're doing. For what? What are we fighting each other for?
We are fighting each other for legit ass question.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let's move on to the next one.
We're gonna move on. Billionaires are going out of space, you guys. Here's my thought on this. What do they know that I don't? TED Talks. Let's talk about it. What do they know that I don't? And let me go ahead and put this out there. The richest white men, and I'm saying that for a reason, because white men, whether anybody who, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, you can fight me on it later, get in the comments, email, whatever you need to do, but white men are the ones with the most power in the world. Okay? You mean the most powerful, richest white men on this planet are trying to leave it. What the fuck do you know that I don't? You can have anything you want, go anywhere you want, do anything you want. You have the money, the means, the finances, yet and still you trying to leave. What the fuck do you know that I don't know?
They ain't trying to leave, because if they was really trying to leave, they go past the atmospheric portion of what we call space and actually take their ass into space, like up to the space station. These niggas is going up and coming back down. They ain't going nowhere.
Why?
because
and what's the point of going up and coming down? You going up to see what you can do,
because
and then come back down. Let me go a little bit. Let me go a little bit.
Because they got all the fucking money in the world to do whatever the fuck they want to do.
We can do this. We can make this a conspiracy theory for me because I ain't there.
Like I literally see that shit. Like, oh, Jeff Bezos and William Shatner and Michael Strahan and did Elon Musk go up too? Whoever else went up. And I'm like, you motherfuckers didn't really go to space. Y'all just went up to the atmosphere and came right back down.
But I'm like, I thought about that too.
I thought about
that too.
Y'all just took a rocket, did a whole, whatever, came back down.
I'm gonna tell you how I'm gonna tell you how I see that, okay? And I know there's females out there who can feel me on this analogy. Here's how I see it. When you starting when you were younger, maybe not you, but ladies, when you were younger and you got a new little boyfriend or whatever, and I just want to stick the tip in. That's what they're doing. Let me just stick the tip in, and then they don't ease on in there. And the next thing you know, they out of space. Something is going on. They trying to get somewhere, and they trying to do something.
But why?
And I want to know why.
Why do we care? Does it daily direct what you do on planet Earth?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's my problem, though. I don't know.
9 times out of 10, it really doesn't.
Huh. My brain don't think like that.
I know.
For those who are just new to the show, me and Chris's brains are totally opposite on stuff like this. Chris is very analytical.
I need to see numbers and facts, my nigga.
He needs numbers and facts.
I need to see what you're doing on paper.
Conspiracy theory in a minute. I will be like, damn, that sounds about right. Let's do some research. I will ride with a conspiracy in a minute. So, because I'm one of those people, I think there's more than meets the eye. So I'm always, especially when it comes to this shit, man, you don't find it strange that 3 big ass billionaires all of a sudden at the same time want to leave? No. At the same, like,
I'll put it.
Why is this a thing?
I'll put it out there. I'll put it out there like this. Here's a conspiracy theory for you. Here's something to look up. Here's something to really dig your teeth into that'll actually explain more to you than just billionaires going into space. How many trips did NASA actually take to space that you are aware of? And how many trips did NASA take to space that you are not aware of? The trips that NASA took to space that you're not aware of might be the ones you want to pay more attention to. Because not only was NASA sending shit up there, the military was sending shit up there. Might want to look into that. That's where your conspiracy theories should be at. Because there are more things that the federal government did as far as going into space and the military did going into space versus a bunch of millionaire jocks that finally got a rocket that they can take to space that they ain't got to ask the government to do shit about. Because that's really all that is. They don't need government permission to go to space if you got your own damn rocket. You built your own shit. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. All you got to do is ask the FAA permission to actually enter and exit the airline street. Basically. Yeah, that's pretty much all you got to do is let them know, hey, on this day at this time we plan on launching, and they say yay or nay. Other than that, because where they're actually going, talk to me when they actually hit the space station. Then I know you're in space. But if you're not doing nothing but just leaving the surface layer of the atmosphere, you're going up a couple of miles into the atmosphere, but you haven't breached Earth, so to speak. To me, it's just a bunch of kids with a bunch of toys playing around. Once you pass that, then let's start talking. For me, let's start talking, because then now I'm kind of curious as to like what you really gonna do up there, because I know astronauts take like 20 to 30 years damn near just to train, just to get into space. So I know it's a lot more than just a bunch of kids going up, well, a bunch of old white men going into the atmosphere or whatever. And again, there's so much in our atmosphere that again, check NASA. Check NASA's flight history. And it's all public, but they just won't tell you what was on those space shuttles when they went up. Or
And you
when
know
you came
what?
back.
I can fuck with that. I can fuck with that. I can fuck with that so hard that on our next episode of Xennials podcast, we're going to be talking about conspiracy theory, and we will be digging into the missing cosmonauts. Oh, like that transition there, you go a little ad there. Check out the next show, guys.
Stay tuned.
But yeah, I can totally deal with that. It could be, logically speaking, conspiracy aside, it could be just boys and their toys. You're right. You got the money? Why not? I feel like I want to go to outer space. Let's do this shit.
If I had the money, I got a private jet. I'm just telling you right now. If I had the money, I got a private jet. I'm getting on the jet anytime I feel like it.
Why not?
I got a private jet, about 5 cars in 20 states. So if I had the money, that's me personally. I got some land in about 48 other states. So yeah, it's just me. If I had the money to do, I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I guess logically speaking, but I'm going to have to be the unlogical one here. I got to be the theory. Somebody got to be the crazy one, the wild card. Somebody got to do it. So it's going to be me. But logically speaking, it could be just boys and toys playing around. Speaking of boys and toys playing around, first few weeks of this year has been nothing but foolery. And we will start out the stupidness with Tristan Thompson. I don't know
why does anybody still keep messing with this dude. Why does anyone keep messing with this dude?
I'm gonna tell you why.
Why hasn't this dude got himself a
vasectomy?
Exactly. Snip tuck. Go get the snip tuck, my man. Take the summer off when you out the league. Get a snip tuck. Call it a day. You can do whatever you want to do.
Do you know why? I'll tell you why females keep messing with this dude. This is an easy target. He's an easy target. You out here thinking you a player from the Himalaya. I just came for the sperm, my guy. That's it. He's an easy target. The dude, he a little cute little boy, but he ain't something that I would be willing to fuck up my womb behind. I'm just saying. That's on me though. However, I will say
this. Rainer didn't teach none of y'all nothing.
Nothing. No, you know what?
We gonna talk about Brittany later.
She's I don't.
We gonna talk about Brittany on another episode.
Yeah, she's another episode because I feel like if that was my son, I would whoop her ass. But that's on me. Anyway. Yes.
Up and down the street. Up and down the street would be up and down the street. Oh, with a belt and a shoe.
With a chancla.
With a belt, a shoe, and a switch. And I'm switching hands.
A man.
Up and down the street. Because I don't understand.
Again, different episode. Tristan Thompson. Now here's the thing. Here's what I feel. This is how I feel. This is my personal opinion. A hill that I die on, I'll die on. Khloe Kardashian is reaping what she sowed. Everything that's happening to Khloe.
Are they married?
No.
Oh, okay. They just buddies?
Yeah.
They was buddies? They used
to they were dating at one point in time.
That's her baby daddy?
It's her baby daddy.
That's it?
And they keep going back and forth. Here's basically what it was is this. Khloe Kardashian got with this dude. All right? Khloe was the side chick. Got with the dude. The dude left his pregnant girlfriend that he had been with for X amount of years to go be with Khloe. He get with Khloe. He cheat on her. He get back with Khloe. He get her pregnant. He cheat on her. He get back with Khloe. He cheat on her. The thing is that you getting what you deserve, sis. You gonna lose them how you get them. Everybody know that. You thought Kardashian was gonna save you? Hold on. We know you bitches is unstable. We all know that y'all are crazy, unstable, freaking sapsuckers. We know that.
Speaking of which, let me just quickly address the Kardashians because we gotta move. We got a couple more topics that I definitely want to.
Yeah.
Let me quickly address the Kardashians. If y'all have seen the clip, the show, the episode of the Kardashians when they were talking about
Jordan. Go ahead, because I was gonna touch on it, but since you got it, go ahead.
Your girl Kamora Lee decided she wanted to jump her big head in this conversation.
Oh, dear. I don't know what we're talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I do present to you what racism looks like in black, white, purple, and pink. And look it up. Look it up. Watch it. And you come back and you tell us how someone of color can be upset with another person of color, to a group of people of color, and want to do so much damage to a young woman of color, keeping in mind that Kamora has 3 children of color, that you want to destroy this young woman's life, career, etc., all over Tristan for a kiss that she didn't even initiate.
Here's the thing. I have no idea about what Kamora has said, but it sounded like it was not very savory.
Oh, please.
I don't know what she said.
Go find the clip and go watch the clip when we get done. And I guarantee you that this whole statement you're about to make next will be turned into a different direction. Kamora Lee showed her whole ass in this one clip about a young girl that didn't initiate or solicit a kiss from someone, but was kissed by someone. And I'm just losing my ever-loving what?
Here's my thing. I don't know what was said, but my thing about the whole Jordan Tristan thing. First of all, like you said, he initiated. Where's all this energy at him? She don't owe you shit. That's your man.
Not a thing.
She don't owe you a damn thing.
Not a thing.
She don't owe you nothing.
And I think
your man.
I
and yet you still went on air with the whole I'm coming for this bitch, this, that, and the trying to passively aggressively throw blows at her, and you didn't do shit but blow her up. Now she's a fan favorite. You didn't do nothing but help out a career that she didn't even know she had. You did nothing. You sat up there and went after this girl, and you look stupid. You look like a whole fucking idiot. You look damn. Yeah, you loud and wrong. And then you take the back.
Ooh, loud and wrong should be a good segue into a situation we getting ready to talk about a little bit later on. With that being said, because at 5'1", you can be loud and wrong, or even just opening your mouth, you can be loud and wrong. But we're gonna discuss that a little bit later. Hold on, we got a couple more things we want to talk about here. Let's get off of Tristan, because we could talk about Tristan Kardashian all night long, and it's just so dumb. Jim Jones,
Jim Jones, yo, did you hear about this?
Oh yeah, I heard about this, and I didn't even want to, but I heard about it.
You know what? I heard about it on accident because I'm not on Twitter that much. My presence on Twitter isn't heavy, but I heard about it. I know I really do need to do that, but anyway, I heard about it.
The podcast needs
through.
Yeah,
I heard about it through TikTok, and they were like, Chrissy, Jim Jones's girlfriend, is trending. Like, why would she be trending? Like, what did she say? They're like, it's not about what Chrissy said. It's about Jim Jones. So I was like, y'all doing too much. I can't read between these lines. Let me go check it out. So Jim Jones, kiss and tell, said he learned how to tongue kiss through his mama. Said his mama showed him. She physically kissed this boy, I believe he was 17-ish, in the mouth to show him how to do it. Physically. I don't even understand. And then he takes it back and was like, no, I'm just joking.
And then his mama got up, jumped online. I was like, no, I didn't do that. And I was just like, ew, all of this is nasty. All of y'all are nasty.
If anybody has ever watched the very first season of Love and Hip Hop, did you know that Jim Jones and Chrissy were the main attraction? And that is when you met Mama Jones. And you got to know Mama Jones. And this makes so much sense. Because Mama Jones is one of the mothers that therapists would call, she does the whole emotional incest. Well, I guess it's more than emotional now. It's actually physical. But anyway, emotional incest, where she's one of those moms that believes that her son is her man. Now, here's the thing. I'm so super adamant about this kind of subject because I have actually been through some shit like this before. And unfortunately, it's a regular occurrence in my life. Not me. Not me. Here's the one thing I don't do in my household is address any of my sons as the man of the house. Ain't no man in this house. I'm the queen. That's it. There's no men of the house. But emotional ancestry is where you feel where a woman shows actions as if that son is their actual husband, boyfriend. If you look at that first season of Love and Hip Hop, Chrissy and Mama Jones was always at it because she was always talking about how my son, this, that, and her. She would act like Jim was her boyfriend. And Chrissy would even bring it up and try to address it. But Jim, that's my mama. That's my mama. Here's the thing. Especially in the Black community, ladies, stop doing this shit. Stop doing this shit. Let your son be your son. It is not his responsibility to run the household, to pay your bills, to make sure everything is okay. It's one thing if your son feels like he wants to pick this up, but don't sit up here and try to put that pressure on him as if it's up to you to make sure the household is running because you run the house. You're the man of the house. That's my own opinion. Jim Jones' mama is nasty, but this story, I believe it 100% and it makes sense to me. That's all. Rant over.
Ew. All I'm gonna keep saying about this is ew.
Like, how was you comfortable? Ali, how did you start this and be like, come here, honey, let me show you how to... Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry. It's been 1 year since the insurrection of Capitol Hill, and you motherfuckers still ain't trying to take accountability. The shit's really pissing me off. The shit is really pissing me off. I don't care what anybody say. This is one of those ideal examples of white privilege. Cause you motherfucker, I'm still waiting. How many people was caught on tape, on film, on camera? Y'all are still running free. And y'all honestly believe that whoever was voted into the White House didn't obtain that vote?
Still believe it.
Just talk to the Electoral College and figure that shit out.
Still believe that shit.
And I it's like, I can't. There's really people out there in the world that's like.
Still believe that shit. Like they honestly believe that this shit just wasn't legal, that the elections were stolen. And not only do they not believe it on a federal level, they're starting to they're making waves on local levels. Local elections are even becoming embroiled in the stolen elections, quote unquote. Look
at Georgia. Look at Texas.
Exactly. There was a couple of local elections where the candidate that lost didn't concede, and they wanted to recount and investigation into stolen elections. Ladies and gentlemen, people vote, and I can tell you this because I know quite a few people that don't even want to vote, which is sad to me. When people vote, they vote, and they don't do it illegally. They vote. That's it. That's all.
It's so crazy. It's weird to me because they're like, oh, we need this and we need this and we need this. And it's like, every time I've gone to vote, I've done all of those things.
Exactly.
I've shown my ID. You see my voter's registration card. You've double checked my address. I'm in the right district. I'm in the right county. I don't understand what the hell is y'all doing.
Exactly.
Wasting taxpayer money and time. What is you doing?
Wasting taxpayer money, time, and secondary to that, there's technologies that can actually make this a lot easier. But because people want to waste time and energy and money, they don't want to use it. But here's my other thing. Why you don't believe the people standing in line are actually going to vote? Like, you think they're just standing in line to stand in line?
Right. Who's going to do that?
This makes sense to me, people. Like, who wants to vote in one county and then go to another county or another state and vote in that state too? How many people really raise your hand? How many people want to do that shit? 9 times out of 10, none. There's like 2 or 3 people that may think that shit's copacetic, but I think a lot of us made sure to get out of social studies class or world history or whatever the damn class is called nowadays that teaches you, that taught your ass how to vote. Obviously, some of y'all missed that vote, but we all know how to fucking vote.
Just saying.
We all know how to vote. Yes, there are laws on the books that making it hard for people to vote unnecessarily.
But it's only certain people in certain zip codes and certain
counties,
districts, and certain counties that are having a hard time. Because I guarantee you, if I go to Keller, I'm not going to get the pushback. I'm going to get this neighborhood.
Girl, you go to Keller, you probably gonna get a bottle of water every 5 steps.
You guys good? Hey, I'm a volunteer placeholder. If you need to go use the bathroom, I'll hold your place for you. And you just come right on back. Guarantee you that.
I don't even understand that shit. But if you come to my zip code, you better not hand out a bottle of water. I'm like, how is that any different than?
You better not hand out a bottle of water. How did you make it illegal for me to drink fucking water?
How did you make it illegal for somebody to actually hand me a bottle of water if I'm standing outside my polling place for an hour and a half because I got a freaking vote, or I'm exercising my right to vote? Yet you made it extremely hard for me to stand out there and vote because it's an hour and a half later. It's 120 degrees in Texas. I'm not about to stand out there. So guess what? You just made it entirely difficult for people to freaking vote because people got good common sense. Like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to bring my own cooler to vote. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Bring your own cooler to vote, y'all. Come out there with
and then share with the people in line.
Exactly.
Because somebody outside the line can't hand you the water.
Exactly.
But if I'm already in line, I'm just gonna pass it up.
Pass it back. Y'all want a cookie? I got a couple cookies too. Pass one up, pass one back. You know what I'm saying? Hey, that's a bright ass idea. Listen. I'm gonna make this short, sweet, and simple. January 6th. I don't understand how you don't understand the voting process. 2, let some dude influence you that much to where some of y'all got killed. A lot of y'all are going to jail. Not enough of y'all are going to jail because it was thousands of y'all up there. Not enough of y'all are going to jail for this. And number 3, most importantly, that we still talking about it a year later because none of y'all are taking responsibility for your actions. Congress, I'm talking to you too.
I'd like to add on 4. For me, accountability, responsibility, leadership. Ain't no way I'm going into war without my leader. That dude stayed behind watching the shit on TV.
He was watching it on television. He told y'all to go to the Capitol and didn't show up. He told y'all to go to the Capitol and didn't even show up, and then had y'all believing that the vice president was gonna get in on the act. And the vice president had told him 2 to 3 days ago, like, nah, dog, that ain't it, chief. It's a wrap. It's over. We're done. And you believe?
Whose man is this?
Not only whose man is this, I can see how a lot of y'all didn't make it into the military because y'all would fall off a cliff if somebody told y'all to fall off a cliff. Because there's no way you go to war without a captain or a leader.
And y'all went to war without any of that.
Hey, guess what? Y'all let a whole bunch of people tell y'all what to do.
And you out there fighting for your life. You out there trying to stay out of prison. Where's he in? Mar-a-Lago? Ain't that what it's called?
Mar-a-Lago down in Florida.
He in Florida on the golf course. Easy. Chilling.
Getting all kinds of suntans and a lot of y'all running for y'all life. Y'all out here running for y'all life. Y'all out here trying to scrub social media posts and everything. Running for your life. Running for your life.
That was dumb. But anyway, on to the next one. Devin and Megan. Devon Franklin and Megan Good are getting a divorce. This is it's kind of sad because they were a really good couple. For those who don't know, Megan Good is this very popular, very beautiful actress. Devon Franklin is a pastor, very well noted speaker and author, and they are getting a divorce. Don't know why, but we can all suspect. I think, me personally, I think it has to do with the church, and I'll tell you why. The church and the church folk in the church, especially the women, were brutal to Megan, because Megan has her. Those who know Megan good, you know how she dresses. She's a little sexy. She's spicy. And she was the first lady. And dang it, the women in the church, the people of the church felt like this lady do not need to be doing that. She is now a first lady. She needs to adjust. She needs to change. And Megan was like, boo, not doing that. And I believe that has something to do with why they are getting a divorce, because I have grown in the church and I've known people in the church, and I ain't gonna say all churches is like this, because they're not, but the churches I have attended, y'all, the women can be vicious and very stank acting. And the fact that this woman came in with all her spiciness and her sexiness and unashamed, and decided that, hey, I will be the best first lady I can be for this church, but I'm not gonna change who I am. They ain't like that shit. They ain't like that shit. And now they're getting a divorce.
So I'm gonna throw my 2 cents in before we move past.
That's what I got. That's what I got.
I'm gonna throw just my 2 cents in for
Absolutely.
Megan and
Devon.
In one of the commandments, judge not, least ye see. Thou shalt not judge. Ain't that one of the commandments? Thou shalt not judge. I also know there's a scripture in the Bible that says judge not.
It's definitely in the Bible. I don't know if it's a commandment, but it's definitely there.
I don't understand how the church community can validate that. Like, how do you validate doing something like that? And you're literally going against what? No, thou shalt not judge is not a part of the 10 Commandments. However, you know that judge not, least thou shalt be judged is in the Bible.
Those without sin throw the first stone.
That verbiage might be a little different, but I can guarantee you that is in the Bible. I've read it quite a few times.
Here's the thing. This kind of subject is something that I hope to talk about very soon in the future, and we can go over those type of show topics and things like that. But that is my theory. As of today, they have not announced what it was, and they probably won't. But that's my thought and theory. I don't think it has, because a lot of people were like, oh, it's because of the new show she's on and the dude that's on the show. I don't think it got nothing to do with that man that's on that show. They are actors. They do this for a living. He ain't the first good looking man she ever worked with while she's been married. So I don't think it has anything to do with him. I believe it's an inside thing, and I think it has to do with the church. That is his calling. His calling is to be this pastor. His calling is to be this author and speak on what he wants to speak on. That is his calling. And with all due respect, she just wasn't socially accepted as the right person for him to be on his side, to be by his side. That's my thought. We'll move on.
I'm just saying. All right. Where are we at? Sidney Poitier. God rest his soul. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this one together. Sidney and Bob. Bob shocked me. Sidney Poitier, legendary. Sidney, and I mean Bob Saget, in his own right, was a legend as well.
Actually, Bob, you know what? To the millennials, to the Xennials, Bob is legendary.
Yeah,
Bob is utterly legendary. We grew up with Bob.
Exactly. Bob has been a part.
Bob was some of our dads.
Yeah,
we grew up with Bob.
Like
Bob is legendary.
Bob kind of hurts a little. Bob stings. Sidney Poitier, absolute legend. I mean, if it was not for Sidney Poitier, there would not be a lot of African American actors out there that got the respect that they deserved so richly.
Yeah. To serve with love. What are you talking about?
Condolences to his family and to the fans, to everybody, because he was He was and is an absolute legend, man. Absolutely.
You know what? I'm going to say this because it has been on my mind. I can't remember, probably on TikTok, I saw something that said, or maybe it was Facebook. Anyway, it says, this was after who passed? Somebody passed, and it was a shock. They were older. I think this was last year. They was like, oh my gosh, you guys protect Betty White, protect Sidney Poitier, and protect somebody else. There was a third person that they listed. And I'm just like, man, whoever wrote that list, I bet they ain't kicking their ass because they just gave death a whole list of who you need to go get.
List. Like
I can't remember who had just passed, but there was like, protect. Somebody check on Betty White. Somebody protect Sidney Poitier. And my thought here, when it comes to that, is I'm looking at John Amos. I don't know if anybody knows John Amos, but he is.
What is he, 90 something now? He about 90 something? 80? I think in his mid to late 80s?
He worked with both of them. So he's in that age range with them because he worked with both of them. He worked on I believe, the Mary Tyler Moore with Betty White. Mm-hmm. And I can't remember what he worked on with Sidney Poitier, but he worked on something with Sidney Poitier too. So my thought was like, dang, we got to check on John Amos. Listen, John Amos is living his best life.
John is living his best life. Like, it is so funny. Listen, if you want to believe, if you don't believe the words "black don't crack," look at John Amos right now. That man still looks like the same man he was in Good Times. Maybe a little bit heavier, same dude. May have a little bit more gray, but the man
he has a little less hair, but he looks.
The man looked like he did in Good Times.
The same. The man looked like
he did in Good
way before me.
It's so, oh my goodness, it's so refreshing, even to, I mean, for those of us like myself that's strictly Gen X. This was, you came home from school every day and saw John Amos. So Amos, I'm sorry, because John Amos, someone else, but you saw him every day. You watching Good Times, you seen this man every day. Like this was America's dad, Black America's dad, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
That's my thoughts. I was thinking about him, but yeah. In other news, I'm gonna back off of this one because I don't know everything. I don't know the full story. From what I hear, Drake got that fire. Yeah. That's from what I hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the short version of this story, okay? It came across my social media feed, and again, I don't really jump on social media trends like that. It is what it is. But this just happened. This came across, and I had to throw this in today's episode. According to an Instagram model who is now trying to sue Drake, her and Drake were engaged in relations at a hotel. And Drake was wearing protection, bless him. And Drake,
I mean, I guess at least he learned something from the porn star.
Learned a lesson somewhere. Drake, in turn, disposed of said protection after he was done. And in Drake's infinite wisdom, Drake decided that, yeah, you're not going to catch me up. So Drake decided to add a little hot sauce. He said protection after he got rid of it. He didn't flush. Nope. He didn't flush. He threw it in the trash. So not only did he throw it in the trash, he added a little something for it and then disposed of it. And ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that this is the funniest story I've ever heard, the young lady decided that she was going to go in the restroom behind Drake after he disposed of his protection. And she was going to acquire his, And after she opened the protection, then she decided to, pour it in. And wouldn't you know it, she started screaming. Want to know why, ladies and gentlemen? Hot sauce. She officially poured hot sauce on herself. in all the wrong places. Like I
So
first discussed this, Drake then came to the bathroom to see what was going on, and assisted the young lady. I would have been dying laughing outside the bathroom door before I would have made my way into the bathroom, ladies and gentlemen, because no, not at all. And this is the Drake story, ladies and gentlemen.
So basically what you said is that she had a hot twat, pretty much.
Pretty much that's what she had, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Okay. So here's what I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just, listen, man, hey, listen. You was really trying to catch him like that? I don't even think it works like that. Like, can you take sperm out of a spermicide-filled condom and then pour it into yourself and actually get pregnant? I don't think that's how that works. I don't know.
I didn't think that was how that worked either. I thought that the spermicide inside of the protection killed it, or at least that's what I thought. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my sex education.
That's what I thought too.
It has been,
we got that 90s education. We might be a little past due. I don't know. Right.
Maybe we need an update or a booster or something. But I could have promised that's what I thought I learned in class. That if you use sperm and you use protection, and protection has spermicide in it kills the sperm. I don't know. I didn't know that you could take said protection and kind of just dump it out into you like that.
I didn't know that either.
To actually do what she thought.
Totally unaware of that.
I wonder if this young lady was not that bright.
Obviously,
I'm starting to believe that maybe she wasn't that bright.
To top it off, she wasn't smart because the chick is trying to sue for what, sis?
Oh yeah, because I sure would love to see what the court says when she tries to sue.
For what? Please get Judge Mathis. Please
put this on TV somewhere.
Please get Judge.
Please put this on TV somewhere.
You sued for a hot crotch that you gave yourself. Moving along, because I can't make it make sense.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, there was an underwater volcano explosion in the Pacific Ocean this week. Man. Listen, guys, I was going to go ahead and say this. The world we're living in right now looks like a movie that we watched when we were kids. It's like, this is shit, it's written like a movie.
Wait, is this the volcano explosion that happened a couple of days ago? Those got Samoan Islands all messed up? Is it the Samoan Islands or the Tongan Islands?
Tongan.
The Tongan Islands all.
Actually, hold on. I'm not sure.
Didn't it?
I believe it did, but I think there was two of them. I think one ended up jacking up the Tongan Islands. Don't quote me on this, but yeah, I know what you're talking about, and yes, I'm going to say yes. Now, here's the thing. This underwater explosion is going to cause a tsunami in California. And I'm landlocked. I've been landlocked pretty much my whole life. So I can't comment on how the waves work and how the ocean works. I can't tell you I know this stuff, but I know enough to know that if I go to a beach one day and go out and walk a few feet and stick my feet in the water and then go the next day and walk out and keep walking because ain't no water, I know I need to clear out because that water gotta come back. And there's so many people on TikTok walking in the middle of the ocean right now because there's no water there. And I'm like, if y'all don't clear the fuck out and get the hell up out of there, because that water is going to come back, and when it comes back, it's going to be 20-30 foot wall of water. It ain't just going to creep on in. So, Cali, you're about to have a tsunami. Govern yourselves accordingly. Prepare for this shit. Move the fuck around. Go to higher ground. Do whatever you gotta do. I don't know. I'm from the tornado. I live in Tornado Alley. I know what to do in a tornado. I don't know what to do with the tsunami. So whatever it is you gotta do,
listen.
Do that.
It was the one that hit Samoa. But this is supposed to reach across the Pacific to Fiji, to Samoa, to freaking British Columbia, Canada. even New Zealand is
It's
putting
like
out warnings. Like,
it's
ladies
like
and gentlemen, run.
Get the fuck away from there. Go as far inland as you possibly
They're
can.
even talking
Remember
about
this?
Hawaii and the West Coast. Run.
They've told Hawaii, get to the highest ground you could possibly get to. Get there. Get there immediately. And I can't understand these people walking around on the beach. Are y'all kidding me? Listen, hold on. Even better. Did no one in here watch 911? I'm asking for a friend. No, I'm asking for myself.
Obviously not.
911, there's two of them. 911 Lone Star. Lone Star is probably Texas, right? 911 is a TV show on Fox. Love that show. I believe it was either the second season, probably the third. This is the exact scenario. I don't know. I can't remember how the tsunami started, but this is the exact scenario where a tsunami hit LA. Y'all ain't watched that shit? I mean, you can call it predictive programming if you want to, but that's a whole conspiracy theory we're not going to go into. Y'all didn't watch that shit. It gave you the rules and regulations. It laid down the law what you needed to do in order to survive this shit. Dancing around on the beach is not it. But go off. Live your life. Anyway, Encanto. Everybody's talking about Encanto, right? Encanto is a Disney movie. It's really good. It is, which I didn't know until after I saw it. It's actually a Lin-Manuel production. Anybody who knows Lin-Manuel and know me knows that I love and adore Hamilton. And he wrote the songs for Encanto. If you haven't seen the movie, see the movie. Also, John Leguizamo is in it. I don't know how else I can sell this. I don't know where else I can go with this. I can't sell it no more than Lin-Manuel and John Leguizamo. Go see Encanto. Next, Mercury in it retrograde. If you're having some issues with your electronic things, you're feeling a little off, you're feeling a little weird, you have an exes trying to come back in your life like they fresh and brand new, hey, don't do it. Let that shit fly. Okay? Mercury is in retrograde. Shit is popping off. The end. So, TikTok corner. I am on TikTok. And I have a love-hate relationship with the Vantalord. The Vantalord and the Rogues. This is a whole hilarious series of events that's going on. I'm gonna let you guys figure out what's going on there, but it's giving, what would you call it, a mix between The Witcher and Game of Thrones, except with a lot of colorful people. a lot of a lot of melanated folk, and there's an invisible dragon. There's a sisterhood. It's completely enjoyable, and so enjoyable it's hitting Comedy Central's TikTok, and I'm here for all of it. I absolutely love when a Black creator can actually get their credit, especially from a TikTok app, because everyone knows Black creators do not get the credit that they deserve on that app. So Vantalord, Rogues, Aunties, Sisterhood, all of you guys, I'm here for it. I'll be watching. I am not claiming a side. Period. Okay, sorry, got to bring it down a little bit. I've noticed that this app has also given a platform to Black men coming for Black women. I don't know where the hell, I don't know where this came from, but apparently.
Why Black men? Why? Listen,
with your 5'1" ass.
If you don't like someone, why must you spend the time and energy and effort? And see, this is the biggest thing I have with people. Why do y'all spend energy and time on things that don't really matter in the grand scheme of things? You don't like Black women, you don't like Black women.
Period.
That's the end.
Okay.
Go get you something else. But
Go
why
get you
must you
something
spend the
else.
time and the energy and make this a point to make sure you are heard because you're like, oh, I don't like black women or black women or this, black women or that. So you don't like black women. Why do we care?
Why do
This
I
is
give
not
a
a
damn?
situation
I don't
of
like you neither, my
make
guy.
us care about the fact that you don't like black women. And, oh, I'm trying to change the world because I'm telling you why I don't like black women so black women can do X, Y, and Z. Why do we care? Black women are going to be black women. Black women have been black women since black women have been black women. They're not going to change. They're not going to change because you decided that you wanted to go on an app and make a whole big fuss about some things that, you know what? You were raised by a black woman.
And if you got problems with her, that's between you, her, and y'all therapist.
Exactly.
We ain't got nothing to do with that. We don't come over here with them mommy issues.
And the millions and millions of other people that have a life in this world don't care. And to be honest with you, all those millions and millions of people that you got on you or your apps is following you, they're laughing at you. They're not laughing with you. They view you as comedy. They don't take you seriously.
Kevin Samuels, fresh and fit. We don't take you seriously.
No one takes you seriously, but they're all laughing at your ass. And your ass is too stupid to figure that shit out.
And just to let you know, if you have a preference for a certain woman because you don't like black women, there's a good chance that we ain't missing out on shit.
Good chance that black women don't like you either.
It's cool.
And if you're 5'1", they really ain't paying attention to you. And you're
with
yelling
sausages for fingers. With sausages for fingers.
You're yelling in the car because you upset about life. You know what? Just because you're upset about life in general and women don't like you, maybe it's time you took the mirror, you turned it around and you kind of reflected it on yourself and did some self-reflection and figure out why men, women, children, babies, all of them don't like you. And then maybe, just maybe, you'll figure out exactly what the issue is and maybe you can fix that.
Or maybe you should just go ahead and if you like boys, say that. Say that. If you like men's the way I like men's, say that. Because you really out here cheerleading for this man's point of view, this man's approval. If you want a man, say you want a man.
And I mean, what men are cheerleading you on? But a bunch of other self-disrespecting men out there that don't respect themselves and don't respect anybody around them.
Who want men? If you like, listen, this is one of my biggest pet peeves is a down low dude. You ain't got to be down low. Not in this day and age. If you want to be with a boy, go be with a boy. You do not have to disrespect a woman in order to look better to another man.
And let's be honest, don't nobody care who you with either.
No one gives a damn. Do you go off? Be happy.
Do what makes you happy. I don't care who you happy with. Because again, I'm going to say this as I've said in plenty of episodes. When I get to the pearly gates, I have to be concerned about me. Because St. Peter going to ask me questions, not about you, but about me. Bada boom, bada bing.
And I'm pretty sure, I ain't trying to speak for Peter, but I'm pretty sure he gonna bring up, hey, remember that time you was talking all that stuff on TikTok? What? I ain't trying to speak for Peter. I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure he gonna ask about it. And you gonna have to answer for it. And what if you get up there and you decide to come through and Peter says, hold on a minute. And he go gather all the black women he could find up in there. He's like, what was that you said on TikTok that one time? Tell them that. All I'm saying, tell your grandmama that. She's standing right here. Exactly. She was trying to understand. Exactly. Tell your great grandmama. She's right here. Tell her what you had seen.
Tell your other ancestors that.
Tell
all the other black women that fought for your freedom or freedom of speech to have the opportunity to say these things. Talk to the other black women that helped create the social media platform that you're sitting on right now talking bad about them. Tell that to those women in their faces.
What was that? You're quiet. What was that? That's all I'm saying. Fresh and fit can suck a fat toe. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Fresh and fit are clowns.
Fresh and fit. Clowns. Listen, if you have a preference, there is no need for you to come over here and try to disrespect me so you can prove how down you are to the next
clowns.
And for any woman that goes for that, regardless of who you look like or what you look like, any woman that goes for that, you trash too, as far as I'm concerned. This right here, I do have to wonder, for those men in particular who talk that bad about black women, is your mother still alive? Cause like, what's her name? Oh, I think her name's Summer Walker. Well, Summer Walker. I believe she said, "I want to start with your mama. She should have whipped your ass."
Amen.
Yeah. Do your mama know you talk with that like that with that mouth? Cause on me, I better never hear my sons, any of them, disrespect a female, a black woman like that. Period. Cause guess what?
Period. Point blank. Your ass is mine.
You think mama ain't got a TikTok? Hold on. Let me show you something.
Your ass is mine.
We're done with them. Y'all, hey, listen. Those particular guys, y'all need to do better. Because I don't know if you need a hug or if you need a dildo, but you need to do something. Moving right along.
Need Jesus.
You need something. A swift kick in the ass, a slap in the face, a step stool, whatever you need. You need something. Platform is not it. Act like you know. I love it. There is act like you know. It's not a challenge, but it's a sound on TikTok. Act like you know. Song by the Pace Sisters. Gospel, and people who know gospel know the Pace Sisters. It's giving, what is it that we do at Thanksgiving every year now? Greens, beans, potatoes, tomatoes, Shirley Caesar. It's giving Shirley Caesar. And act like you know. I absolutely love this. I love to see this come across my For You page. I just want to put that out there. Love it. Something else that's been coming across my For You page is love spells. Apparently people are getting, quote, spiritual and doing all these hoodoo witchy things, and they are looking into love spells. Listen, let me tell you something. This is gonna be my own personal opinion. Go off, live your life, do what you do, but y'all need to leave that shit alone. And let me explain to you something. I consider myself a spiritual person, but here's the thing. One thing I know, one thing for sure, two things for certain. God gives you free will. And if God gives you free will, the fact that you try to put a spell on somebody and take away their free will, that shit is going to come back and bite you in your ass. Let me put my name on his drawers. Let me bury my drawers in his backyard. Yes. All right on down to the period blood and the spaghetti. Yes. All of that. Y'all bitches is asking for trouble. You're going to open up a can of hoodoo, of witchy shit, a shit you ain't ready for. And do not fuck with no man who has a woman who's down with that shit, because she can reverse that and put it back on you. Why y'all out here doing dumb shit? Why would you want to force somebody to love you? Why? If your love ain't genuine, I don't want it.
I just wish y'all could see him do our facial expressions right now. I agree. And soon, it's coming soon. But
I got stuff for you.
I can't.
You know?
I can't.
I'm not even going to, I'm just giving y'all a little tidbit. I ain't even going to go through this and try to break it down the way I should break it down. But those who don't know, and those who know won't touch this shit. Y'all is dumb as hell. Leave this shit alone. I want him to fall in love with me. All right, he fall in love with you and you get a stalker your ass, end up dead in 6 months. I don't want to hear shit. You gotta reap what you sow. We gonna leave it alone.
I just feel a whole Negro spiritual coming on. That's all I can say with that, because oh my.
There'll be a time and a place where I will get into this more. We'll keep you posted. Last, TikTok has been doing, on my For You page at least, because, you know, I'm into this stuff. It's called nerdy, whatever. Black superheroes in comics. And they have said, hey, do you notice that most black superheroes have the same superpower, which is some kind of electromagnetic lightning control? And then you get to thinking, yeah, the question is why? Why do most black superheroes have control over lightning or electricity? This is my question I'm posing to you.
I don't think I ever really thought about it. I mean, some of the rest of it is just corny. I mean, think about it, what Spider-Man can shoot webs out of his hands, basically, and scale buildings.
Would it be racist if a black superhero had speed?
No, but there is a black superhero with speed. I can't think of it at the top of my head right now, but one of the multiverses has a black version of Flash. Matter of fact,
isn't that
not
his son
even
or something?
Yeah, and one of the
I'm just going off
multiverses,
of the show.
one of the multiverses, there's a black version of Flash. There's a black version that not even in the multiverse. There's a black version of the Green Lantern. He was one of the third or fourth Lanterns. Actually, he's on the council too. So no. The majority of them that are quote unquote big time are, thunder, lightning. Most of the popular ones are thunder, lightning, control, weather, stuff like that. Dig deeper, surface level. Because what they're talking about, what we're talking about now is surface level. There are black superheroes. I mean, hell, Spawn, Blade, surface level. People have to dig. You can't create a narrative and then be ignorant to the genre in which you're creating the narrative about, because Storm was fucking awesome. What's the one that Keke Palmer plays? Not Keke Palmer, China McClain. I can't think of that character.
It's on
right
WB too, and I can't think of it.
Can't think of the character right now. That in comics, that character is freaking awesome. There are awesome black superheroes out there. You just you just can't create a narrative and just say, well, why is it? Well, obviously you're not a comic fan if you really don't know that a lot of other black superheroes. I mean, hell, Black Adam.
Is Black Adam black?
Yeah, Black Adam's black. Black Adam is ancient Egyptian.
Dwayne Martin is okay. There you go. That makes sense.
Dwayne Martin. Dwayne Martin ain't playing on nobody's comic book nothing right now. But no, Black Adam. I mean, Miles Morales. Miles Morales. Come on, like you gotta dig deeper instead of forcing a round ball into a square hole, ladies and gentlemen.
Black Lightning.
There we go. Black Lightning. Yeah, Black Lightning. But and I mean that character, if you actually go to look at it on the comic version, that character is awesome. Like that fucking character is great.
You know who I'm in love with? Monica Rambeau. Photon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm so waiting for. I think she's getting the show. I want to say she's getting the show on Disney Plus, and I'm so ready for this. Yeah. I'm so between her and Echo and Agatha. I'm sorry, I totally
there's so many different black superheroes out there. They're just not as known because they're not as popular. But if you dig deeper, or if you just scratch the surface, like it's scratch off game, if you scratch a little surface, you would have known that there's a black Green Lantern. Been a black Green Lantern for 20, 30, 40 years.
But okay, so what I was getting is that they were thinking more of course, like Black Lightning and Static, and that I think that's where they were going, especially since they've seen, Jamie just came out and he's Electro. Right, Jamie was even though he's not a hero.
Right.
Yeah. Even though he's not a hero.
Those were the characters.
Is Lightning.
Yeah.
Seems to be like.
Those were the characters that when white men sit in a boardroom and figure out what comic book characters to bring to life, those are the ones they want brought to life, except with the exceptions of Black Adam. They had no choice with Black Adam. Like, bro, Black Adam is the shit. Like, you should have had a movie about him. You should have had a movie about him a long ass time ago. But then again, you can't really say that because then there was Blade, and then there was Blade prior to that. Yeah, like, yeah, you have to lay that on the feet of the board members of Warner and Marvel and DC and places like that, Sony, that are putting out these movies. They only put out the ones that control thunder and lightning. Honestly, because it's almost a little bit easier to do than it is to produce something in that CGI effect versus you already got Superman, Batman's, Daredevils, all of them, all of those ones that you have, but now you're trying to introduce a black character that does the same thing or does something entirely different. If you dig a little deeper, a lot of our black characters have a lot of different powers that are way different than the standard.
Right. The lightning is the one that sticks out because that's the easier. For example, we could say, Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
She has control over, I want to say, she could see electricity, or she could see something about the electromagnetic currents, and that shit's that's electromagnetic currents. You got to dig deep and try to understand science for that one to understand her powers. And it's just so much easier to say lightning.
Exactly.
Lightning.
Exactly. Now, ask me why I can't get the Black Green Lantern in the movie. I don't know, considering I've had a white Green Lantern.
Because DC Warner Brothers sucks ass. We've already had this conversation.
Yeah, we did.
Warner Brothers sucks ass. Y'all need to just give this shit up and let
somebody
who could take over it, who's gonna give it its proper respect.
Warner's portion of it, or Warner is being bought out by Discovery right now. So Discovery Channel. So we are hoping beyond hope that we can get some.
I was just to say, Discovery better discover some new life for this damn shit.
Look here. Restore the Snyderverse is all I'm going to say. Restore the Snyderverse, because I want to see the trilogy that he had in mind for the Justice League. Number one.
You know what? I don't understand.
I want to see him. I want to see someone do another Batman movie that doesn't star the dude from Twilight.
Oh Lord, talk about it. Not to say that this one ain't gonna be good, but honestly, I think that they know that it might be a little bit something, because, in my own personal opinion, just the new Batman.
The new Batman, okay.
My own personal opinion, if you look at the trailers, you barely see Robert Pattinson without the Batman costume, because they don't want you to see the dude from Twilight, because when you look at him, that's what you see. But if he has on the Batman costume, all you're gonna see is Batman. You barely see Bruce Wayne in any of the trailers. You see Batman, because you can't see Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. You ain't suave enough for that, my guy. You ain't smooth enough for that, my dude. You too pale for that, my guy.
The torch was passed. The torch was passed down from a long lineage of very, very good men to play Batman.
I'm not sold on Ben Affleck. Michael Keaton number one.
I said the torch was passed down. I didn't say who the torch was passed to. I just said the torch was passed down. Because I too was not a fan of the Affleck Batman. Like, I didn't think
Christian Bale did a okay job.
Christian Bale.
I had Michael Keaton.
Michael.
Ain't nobody holding the candle to
the
him.
thing about Michael was the suave debonair Bruce Wayne.
Man,
he was a suave debonair Batman.
Michael was the best Batman.
Christian was the gritty. Adam West.
Oh, was he gritty?
Christian was gritty.
Oh,
think about it. Adam West. Think about it, because Adam was the only one that did Batman. Because I don't recognize George Clooney as a Batman. I can't. I won't.
George Clooney had the looks, but he didn't have the talent. I don't know if that makes sense.
Jesus.
He had the looks to be Bruce Wayne, but he had a suave. He didn't have a talent.
Christian Bale's.
Somebody get him out the Batmobile. Don't
exactly. Christian Bale's Batman was that whole trilogy of Batman was a grittier Batman. That wasn't that because that was more or less because it was more or less the Dark Knight. It was the Dark Knight and like another two comics that they all put together, and they made it into this trilogy. I like the writing behind it. I like the way that Christian was able to pull it out. It wasn't great. It wasn't awesome. Again, Michael Keaton was suave and debonair. That's why we all remember Michael Keaton, and some of us put Michael as like number one. But Michael Keaton's Batman was the suave, debonair Bruce Wayne that was of the 90s. Because honestly, There's a group of comics like from 90 to 99, 90 to 97, where Bruce Wayne was suave, debonair, was the playboy billionaire. He was all of that. So that reflected.
That was Michael Keaton.
If you go back before that, Bruce was dirty, dingy, multi-millionaire. You know, his Batman character was dark and dingy. Oh, Bruce Wayne was Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is always going to be Bruce Wayne. But if you go back and look at him, it was like it was dark, it was gritty, it was more into it. And when they did the Dark Knight in like 97, 98, 90, 95, 96, when the Dark Knight first came out, when Frank Miller first did Dark Knight, it was a stark contrast from what the actual comics were at that time. And then the comics started following that. Then it became a darker, grittier Batman. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's still the playboy billionaire, but then it was just a little darker. Take it to the Batman animated series. Saw Bruce Wayne was darker in the animated series than he was prior to anything you had ever seen. I mean, hell, Adam West was campy as fuck.
Yeah.
His Bruce Wayne was campy as shit, which it was supposed to be. It was the 60s, but it was wide-eyed and bright and all that good shit. Exactly.
Bang.
But it was a sign of the time. Like you started getting out of the 90s into 2000s, Bruce Wayne, Batman, all of it became a lot of dark and gritty. That's why the Bell character, to me, because it was the one I most identified with, was more or less the guy that I was just like, okay, his Batman is pretty cool. Never discounting what Michael Keaton did the shit out of the three that he was in. And then George Clooney, I don't know. Well, no, the two that he was in, because only Michael was only in two.
I think Michael did one.
No, I think he did Batman 1 and 2. He did Batman.
What was the second one? Catwoman?
No, Catwoman was in the first one. Michelle Pfeiffer was in the first one, wasn't she? No, Vicky Vale. No,
you're right. No, they both.
Yeah.
Or maybe Michelle was in the second one.
I think Michelle had to have been in the second one.
Michelle was in the second one because Vicky Vale was in the first one.
Right. Yeah,
and Michael Keaton
did Batman Returns.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
He did the first two Batman, and then the third one was, I don't remember anymore. I can't remember anymore.
Was that not Halle Berry's Catwoman?
No, Halle Berry's Catwoman was a standalone movie. Halle Berry's Catwoman was Catwoman. It was a whole movie by itself.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
It was a whole movie by itself. It was a whole
Oh, yeah, you're right. Because
that was
she got pushed
actually had Sharon Stone in it, which is so funny. It actually had Sharon Stone in it. That was crazy. But yeah, for me, that literally, because I remember that 90s Batman when it started getting grittier, and I remember the Michael Keaton Batman. So to me, it always, I like Christian Bale's Batman. I do.
I think
I'm
probably
Michael Keaton's Batman by a long shot. Because Michael Keaton's Batman was the one that brought us into, the new era of Batman. Whereas, I grew up watching Adam West every week.
And that's what it is for me. That's my nostalgia. That's my childhood.
Adam West was.
That's how I feel.
You know what I'm saying? Adam West was the guy until he passed away. God rest his soul. He was still that guy. Every time I heard that voice, all I heard was him and Burt Ward. You know what I'm saying? Robin. Exactly. And Burt Ward. And, always going to be Batman. Michael Keaton, but I can see Michael Keaton is so much more. It's like he has never been pigeonholed into just being Batman. Like Michael Keaton. Michael freaking Keaton. Period. When he popped up in the movie, you knew it was about to be a good ass fucking movie.
It's about to be a good ass movie.
Even the one that he just did with Emma Stone a couple of years ago. I can't remember the name of the movie right now, but that movie was dark, deep, and crazy as hell. And I sat and watched that movie like
it's Michael Keaton.
It's Michael Keaton. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, it's Michael Keaton.
Who is rumored to be in Multiverse of Madness. I just thought everybody rumored to be in that movie.
You can't be you if you do the multiverse correctly and the Multiverse of Madness correctly, everybody's gonna cross paths with it.
Man, please, that's all I'm asking.
Everybody's gonna cross paths with everybody.
Man, do me a favor. I want to go to the movie theater and I want to be recording one of those videos that go viral where everybody screams at the screen because, oh my gosh, Tobey Maguire just showed up. Oh shit, there goes Andrew Garfield, Michael Keaton. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I need in my life.
To me,
come on, Marvel. Okay,
look,
one thing.
To me, why did they go viral when we all kind of knew it would happen?
Yeah, I don't know. But here's one thing I am requesting of Marvel: don't put Tom Cruise in none of this shit. Leave Tom.
Please
Cruise
don't put Tom Cruise
out. Don't push Tom Cruise in. Tony Stark. Listen. Who wrote this shit? I will slap their mama. Do not put Tom Cruise in none of my shit. That's it.
Please, y'all, don't put Tom Cruise in nothing related to nobody's comic book. Leave his ass in Mission Impossible somewhere. We gotta go.
That's it. Long story short, we got a lot of good comic book movies coming out this year, and can't wait to check those out.
Let's actually get through half the year, guys. Can we get through half the year live, people, ladies and gentlemen?
Man, we ain't even made it through the month yet, and I'm disappointed.
Can we make it? Can we live? Can we live?
Can we live, please?
You can find us on YouTube.
Lots of stuff. Yeah, lots of good stuff coming out.
On YouTube.
Including YouTube.
On YouTube. You can find us now on YouTube at The Xennials Podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. You can find us anywhere you can find a podcast. Just type in
on all platforms.
All of them. Type in The Xennials Podcast. Yeah. All podcast platforms. Type in The Xennials Podcast. We are there this season, this year, because we're going to keep doing them. We have playlists for each episode. So we randomly have a lot of music that we like to share with you all, especially when it comes to certain episodes. And this episode, we're going to have some music to this one too. Don't know what it's going to be, but we have some music for this episode. Stick around. You can find that on Spotify, iTunes.
Hotline Bling by Drake. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Hot sauce. You can find it on Amazon Music. You can find it on YouTube Music. Anywhere you get your music from, we're going to be there with a playlist. Okay. With that being said, we're going to have to take it out of here. Y'all have a great rest of your day, your night, your evening, your whatever time of the day it is you're listening to this podcast.
Your life.
Thanks for coming out.
Be easy, you guys. Be easy.
Later.